Okay, so here in the country I'm born in, we use 120 volts AC, 60 cycles. In a house we have 240 volts coming in, and it's split up into, it's called a split phase, and it's 120 volts one side of the phase to the neutral, and then on the other side of the phase to the neutral it's 120 volts, and it's 240 between the two hot wires. And I'm going to show you how to wire a switch loop when the power comes to the light first and goes to the switch. But I'm going to have an outlet there with that switch that's live all the time, and I'll show you how I do that. So we use metal boxes, and we have plastic boxes, and I'll be showing you one of each. And this is called a Romex connector, and this goes on the box where your cable goes in. And I'll tighten it like this. So and I'll be screwing my box where I want it on the board here. There is what's called a 4-inch ring that goes on this box to screw your two devices to, but on the tutorial here I'm not going to put that on there because I don't have one. And as you see, my knife fell apart, so I have to show you the hard way of taking this yellow jacket off the wire. It's not the most fun way to do it, but sometimes you just have to do things the hard way. As long as it's done right, that's what the most important thing is. But I would just slice the end here with the knife so that I don't cut the wires underneath. So I'll bring it in down to about half of an inch into the box. Okay, now these wires are ready to go into the Romex connector. I left these staples loose up here, so and you bring in about that much of the wire into the box, and you just tighten up your Romex connector like this. So we have the ground, the neutral, and the red and the black. Okay, so the black is going to be the live power wire. So that will go on the brass screw of the outlet here. They have brass on one side, silver on the other side. Silver is neutral, brass is live, and the green is the ground. So we're going to come in with the live wire to one side here. And we're going to just use one for the white wire. So you always put the wire around the screw that the direction that the screw turns. Now here is our black wire that's going to go over to the switch. So we'll pick up from the other side of the outlet, which is going to be live all the time. Now these two wires will go on the switch, and the red is going to go up to the light. Now the white goes on the outlet. When I'm done, I'll bring the camera over here so you can see where the wires go. And now this red wire is the one that's going back up to the switch, or from the switch back up to the light. You want your where it says off facing down. Now you have to go with a ground wire and ground the two devices. So I get the wires even here at the top. Put the wire nut on. And you may want to have another wire going from here to ground the box also. But these devices screw into the box. Yeah, I'm going to leave this all out so you can see it close up when I bring the camera over close to it. Okay, so now we're ready to hook the light fixture up, and I'll show you how that's done. Okay, so first we'll get our two ground wires together, and we'll get them out of the way. There's nothing to ground to, so we don't have to pigtail anything. So we'll get our wires even here. That wire nut, the spring is gone out of it. Yep, spring's gone. Okay, so for the yellow wire nut, the maximum number of 12 gauge wires is 2. So we can put two wires, two number 12 wires in a yellow wire nut. Now with the white wires we're going to have 3. So we are going to have to use a red one. Normally, in a real situation, I would twist these wires together and put the wire nut on, but just for this tutorial, I'm just showing you where the wires go. So I'm not going to twist them, I'm going to just wire nut them. Because I'm just showing you where the wires go. Now the black feed wire is going to go to the black wire over here that goes to the outlet. I line them up even there. Then we have the two that go to the light fixture. Okay, so the white always goes on the silver colored screw, and you put it the direction that the screw turns. I'm not going to close that loop all the way because I have to take this down when I'm done with my tutorial. But I'm going to just put it on so you can see how it goes. I'm just going to close the loop enough so that it's closed so I can show you how it's done and where the wire goes. Because in a real situation I would close it all the way around, like 95% of the way around the loop. And the red one will go on the brass screw. I'll bring the camera up close so you can see how where the wires go and how it's done. Okay, so the light switch is off, and as you can see, the outlet is on. We'll turn the switch on, the light comes on, and the outlet stays on. So that is how we do wiring here in the country I'm born in. We use 12 on 20 amps and 14 on 15 amps. And number 10 on 30 amps, which is a little bit heavier than the 12. Peace. Thanks for watching.